Let's do this. It's fantastic.
And around when it is safe to do so. Recalculating route.
Don't say it's okay to not be okay. Do you think I like it when I get this way? Sorry, I'm angry at myself. Sorry, I'm not so help.
200 yards. Turn right. Turn right. Arrived at your destination. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Lots of buzz around Horizon Raptors right now, and they're saying we're the team to beat. Wait till they see what I've got planned next.
In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Outrun the competition with the rising waves. 400 yards. Turn left. Turn left.
Welcome to the retro future on Horizon Wave.
In 400 yards. Turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
All right, punch it. Got a highly technical route to the canyon. Keep those turns tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hard left. Medium left, followed by medium right. Flat out. And hard left. Hairpin right. Hard left. Bumps. Hairpin right. Water. Medium left. Medium left. Water. Hairpin right. Hairpin left. Onto gravel. Medium left. Medium right. Medium right. Hard right. Hairpin left. Jump. Hard right. Medium left. Square left. Medium left. Bumps. Medium left. The hard right. Press. Followed by easy right. Medium right. Easy right. Followed by chicken. Hard left. Medium left. Hard right. Then hard right. Medium right. Medium left. Followed by chicken. Hard right. Medium left. Hard left. Bumps. Hard right. Water. Then hard left. Onto asphalt. Finish line ahead. So I was scouting all these brilliant rally courses for you, and I kept seeing things that looked like fun to drift through or launch off.
Drive like you're in a video game. Twice as amazing.
Turn around when it is faced. Good. Calculating route. 400 yards. Turn left. In 200 yards. Turn right.
Yeah. Yeah. Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too high up. Got keys, that girl's on fire. Who's the boss? I got 5 on me, like what's the cost? I'm at 5 hotel in the suite, I'm lost in white. Get down sheets, I got stripes on my cheeks. I'm at spur on my feet, I'm a lead. She ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. We burning up. Every time we hear me, we turning up. Every time you see me, I look like bugs. My friends in a big black truck. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa, I'm a dancer. You pay fees for my big show, any visa for my leisure. I'm for arguments in my relationships. You don't want me standing on this, let's say something. I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this. I'm lit. I don't do two-face and that's the face card on my wrist. She get away. 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 My keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing on my cell phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing on my cell phone. She get away. 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 I ain't giving nothing back. I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back. I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back. I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back. I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. Now we are still. The broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock. Right now I got 2 shaky hands, only one way to stop. And I haven't touched it for 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly up already, wanna quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. We are about set for some football, and it's Joey Sly to kick things off. And off we go from Houston. On the return, it's Damian Pierce.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. First and 10. Stroud begins with a pass. And he's going to go down, a sack. But we do have a penalty marker on the field. Let's get the call. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Downfield by Diggs. A gain of 21 on that pass play. It's good for a Texans first down. They will work the middle with Mixon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Stroud going to set up to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take it back to the other side of midfield. That's Christian Barmore working his way in for the sack. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. He's looking for Joe Mixon coming out of the backfield. And it's going to be fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
They'll go. It's Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And the Patriots will take over at their own 15.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's first and 10. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And a good run there to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. The throw is May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first half. On 3rd and 2, it's May. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. They'll go play action with May. That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. He's got his man, Keyshawn Boutte. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So, not... 2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Now it give running left. It is Stevenson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And he can hold that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's May. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. On the handoff, it's Stevenson. He'll dodge one would-be tackler. Wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. I'll throw left side there. Going to find the time. Incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
We'll set up the screen for Gibson. Good looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
He's got all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
And it's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. No time on the defense where you find yourself on your heels. You're giving up big plays. You're giving up fresh set of downs. You need a spark. You need...
And he will score. Hendrick Ford. Touchdown, New England.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
Seven nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here's Pierce for the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A run here with Mixon.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. So on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Back deep for New England, Demario Douglas. That is fielded at the 13. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back. And I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of performance out of it. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock.
And this drive is over before it can swallow up to force 4th down. New England going to take their 2nd timeout, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. On 4th down, Bryce Beringer out to punt for New England, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone.
I'm pretty sure if he had a chance to do that one all over again, Mike, that's just a simple, fair catch decision. He underestimated the ability to how fast that gunner could get down the field. They take advantage of it. Not only does he take the big hit, he coughs up the ball and he puts his defense right back in the field. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing is May. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That's going to wind up incomplete. Remaining for one more snap here in this 1st half. Yomi Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This is going to be from 53 yards out. And that is going to run out of steam. It comes up short. No good. Just the lone touchdown in that 1st half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Maynard on 1st and 10. And he can hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. May gonna look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And they'll be set up now. We're past the 40 with that one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run Stevenson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's May, airing one out for Bourne. And he'll take it on in. Hendrick Bourne. Touchdown, Patriots. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now Mixon. In a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Here we go. They'll go right back to Mixon. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. On play action, Stroud. He's got his tight end, Dave Schultz. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down for Houston. Give running right. It is Mixon. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. All right. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. All right. Here's a give running left with Mixon. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On third down, here's a run by Mixon.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone run. Sit a couple of guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. Now a deep ball here for Collins.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one.
You say my look good in my tight little dress. Fuck it up, me make them and them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get small like the skin on my face. Draw figure eight when we wind up my up on we don't need it the weight. If you get it to the top of the plate. Get you get that. Get up, turn on, get that for you. Cause love baby. The boys are my them girls I get salty, salty. When my talking spicy, spicy. It makes you want like me. You just want the flavor. 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 With me. Come on, baby, what you trying to do? I'm trying to pull up on you like a drive through. I wanna know if we rockin', would you keep it cool? Take trips in private dinners just for us two. Buy me Givenchy dresses and feed me whatever. Immaculate, loving when he show affection. About me, over like I'm stretching, and I ain't never like wrestling. Back on it. Got all these boys mad cause I pass on it. I'm a fly, come on, we spin a bag on it. Yeah, we so extra, feeling like young in the back. Get you get that. Get that turn on, get up for you. Them girls I get salty, salty. When my talk gets spicy, spicy. It makes you want like me. You just want the flavor. You just want the flavor. You just want the flavor. You just want the flavor.
I can show you
that unto brown bear riding in the earth. Tight up, I prove, I bet, I step in the proof. Straight underground, make all the haters keep down. You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lane, how to do this. Stacking money up, be about your business. They gon' wish, listen. They gon' wish, listen. I can show you lane, how to do this. Stacking money up, be about your business. They gon' wish, listen. They gon' wish, listen.
Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted the money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted to let her best friend is gonna run away. I started hearing about her type. The ball players, that's what she likes. She got it done, and I guess they look alright. They call her she down in every out here trying to be a rapper. She won't get the W. I skirt up when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. I just call it how I see him. I ain't talking about all women. No, so just want to settle down and have a couple of children. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You got a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come to your list. Come to your list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come to your list. They come to your list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the other number, yeah. So that 103 till I seen her when the record she was freaking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you know, you go up down the street, my uncles, up brothers. I said, jumping back, the list. You was just running, Emmett Smith, right? Gotta make it. And I just got up, then she got me praying down, painting nails, calling me sound like the head of the way I be chasing. You know she got them
Brands have been there.
I'm in Miami, so you know the
Brands have been
I
there.
called her though back when the 50, she wanted the. She said, I done make me cancer this girl. She said, heard this song, but she in a condo that up already on, payment good. When she good is gone, boy, you should've known. Calling me up on 50 phones, put on all these. Never let them keep me on my tippy toes. I can show you
How to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come to your list. They come to your list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come to your list. They come to your list.
Since work, I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landed. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. When you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the food.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're off and running from Ford Field. And this isn't even going to be close, partner. The opening kickoff fails to reach the landing zone, so they're going to have to defend from the 40 to begin this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, Goff. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And that's good for a gain of 5. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Running for it. Here's Gibbs. First down and more past the 40. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base, but it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
And he'll probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. They're going to open with a pass here. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Carr now on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They go play action with Carr. That's cut by pressure. They're going to take him down right along the 30. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Going again, it's Carr. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Set down, coming up. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10, here's Carr. Olave with the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints literally won up that opening touchdown drive, huh? As they take a 7-6 lead here. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Greg Reynolds to return it. Returns looking good so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Working a couple yards past the line. Anderson in on the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. We've got a close one here. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They'll have it 2nd and 8. Another one for Gibbs. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
Goff on 3rd. Offense holding up. They're into the drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll go for it. Goff. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not
Hey, with two ticks.
Season 7 is currently in progress. We have just one left to see. Time to put in some work. The new city is Senator Roller and the event center starting now.
Showers when we stay tall for the big never late. And then on went to the big and get it back. And I don't chase till it's over. Better. I know a lot of shit. What they telling myself funny as ever. When I told him he went running to tell him. Remember I was down bad and talking to the seller. For the rain and all the pain that we've been through. If you don't think you want, they don't put you on the menu. That's why people family and some boys that I've been through. And money is everything. And all boys get shit back. Never catch your homie pockets, they make you deserve. Rule number 2, never trust it for some purses. Rule number 3, say you saw that money, you better stop splurging. When it's all said and done, and you back at the bottom, they gonna treat you like you're worthless. Spread the game. Watching little change. Disappear quick as little Zanks. Coming home like they did you wrong. But when you had that money, you could have been gone. In the moment that they keep pulling you, doing that again, still out of my plan. But I never got my hands on. I'll never catch me frame. And second to last, set the game. Rule number 1, never catch your homie pockets thinking you deserve it. Rule number 2, never trust it for some purses. Rule number 3, say you spend that money, you better stop splurging. When it's all said and done, you back at the bottom, they gonna treat you like this. Expect the game.
I think it's about that time again. You already know about the video. I'm not right. Yeah, that was great. Oh, yeah, I didn't step around. You know what it's all never. That chick, you know, the carol, need to well on the next one. Y'all be respecting Y'all be respecting I can shake the video with y'all. You know I have to set my well, you know I had to take that virus. You know you heard about it. I just heard. I really need it out. So close your eyes, just touch your emotion. Well, you know I had to think of that my there's that one that's from there's that
Hey, welcome. See you later.
I'm not playing. I'm just telling you how the cycle. Like, bro, the crazy, bro. Fuck y'all. They take all my money. I know y'all don't want to believe me. Accountant robbed me, didn't pay my taxes. When the government come to me, he robbed me for 1.2 million. He ain't pay. I'm paying him to pay. Show the government the wires that I'm paying the accountant to pay my tax. They know I gave you money. They said you was the leader of your household. I go to court, I paid them the 1.2 again. Say the lawyer another 7, 8 months. Got the number one guy. Hey, fuck me, put me in there with your time. The point is, I go first way to the studio. Yo, just yo, I know you're staying too much. I go first way to the studio. I think I like weird shit that is, yo, these little niggas with purple money on like, bro, that's the only shit for music. Really, you can know it's like they're wasting my time. I don't know if you know. Right? So, remember that you got come up all the way up. No rain, come get on the song, it's all the way up. It's spun one day.
Whoa. No way.
That's
This
club
guy.
with Aces. Right? There was Flying Queens. They said, yo, we need to do that single release party. Yo, let's go. She's out. She's in jail 8 years. I lose all my money. I might well be in jail for 20. I don't do drugs.
Don't take this the wrong way. Take this encouraging. I don't do bro. I'm allergic to bro. I'm a go getter. It was in the fucking Africa, Timbuktu, Asia. No rock and turn. I'm going to get that dollar. Like, don't worry about it. And I'm not complaining. I don't do bro. But one day, the shit rings. The next day, it's a single release. Maybe 2 days
Thank you
after
so
all
much.
the way come out.
We'll be here all year.
Holy shit. You guys hit one out the park. You know it. Off one spin, they hit one out the park. So we go to Aces. This is a 2-day effect. And this probably balling. Like it's a 2-day effect. The club is on tip, the walls are sweaty, out of control. I get to my section, and it's 100 people in my section. We sitting there like this. They coming up like, we couldn't get dog. We shouldn't just again, dog. Yo, coming. Right? I'm sitting there. This is their recipes person was there. So we rock. I mean, but just later, how they understood every word. I didn't know it was one of that. They turned the lights on. We walking out with 100 motherfuckers. I stop. This is the same story you breaking out. I stop. I said, yo, pistol. I see. I don't have. You want to see this? This is my life. Yo, Randy turned around and look at them and go, you heard the dog. We don't want to see y'all no more.
What?
We walked out. We never seen them
What?
yet before. So you think after all the times we put people on private,
I
we
had to
keep
put
them
my
on
hose on.
themselves,
I had to keep
boy,
putting my hose on.
steaks and eating lobsters. We
My-
paying your jail, we paying your rent, we paying your this.
You know, y'all niggas
that.
gonna save
You
y'all
guys
passwords to
disappear
y'all
when the
phone.
time get rough. And you want to show up.
You gotta do the same thing.
Did it again. I swear to God, I've forgiven people before.
You got your address?
It was over. Because I know I went
Wait, you got your email address?
So I forget. I don't. Now, working out, watching, work out every day. I'm for it.
This is everything. So I found a youth for a way of living life. Took me some guidance just to understand. So I get like,
I know you like. I know you gotta like. You have cheese days.
you're not to stop all that. Actually, I was like to tell you, like, the doctor, like, 6 months ago, the doctor told me I was pre-diabetic, so it wasn't really about how much I was working out. It was about how much sugar and excuses were for me to look good. The inside of it, so it was just for everything. Cut out the sugar, cut out the taste, cut out the taste, cut out everything that I really like, sugar, cut out the stuff. Real food, fix it up to a lot of food, fix it up to
Yo, but you doing shit. You doing push-ups in the snow with the top with a chain. Shit's one. Shit is unbelievable. And you said you when I see these guys, you really in the gym. You too, you big on the gym.
they did, you know, it's too many, you know, full of balls. I'm just trying to be prepared for whatever come out.
No.
Like, you know, I live a life that comes with it.
Let me ask you a question. When we done with it? When we, I'm sure I'm done with that. With anything coming at us, right? Like I think we all proved. Let me say something.
But you use the
No,
okay, so that's if I wasn't on my being, if I never got the best of me, niggas in my home family, my career would be
I'm with you, and I know he fucked with you because I know you well, and I know you're talented. So I know he overfucked. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? He taunted you to the level of. I opened the curtain and Roy Jones was waiting for me. Champion of I got him. That's ready to knock him out. No, I'll tell you true story. I'm the king of you.
Nah, yeah, that shit kept doing that shit to me. Go sign out of your what did I how did I get that shit too? I signed out of it on my phone. And you signed in on it on your phone. Sign out of it on your phone. Damn, nigga, I'm trying to get out your way.
John Robin released New York is the biggest team. I spun around in the cut and went to the block. Roy Jones is standing with the victim in his eye. You don't understand. You're a champ for the world. I had to grab his wrist. You get no champ, yo. Get there, get there. So I grabbed his wrist, and I'm pretty much begging him not to knock me out. Yo, champ, I know you're gonna knock me out. Yo, he had the guys. He had the guys. Yeah, one of them. I'm telling you, way more people is get him, champ. I'm not. Turn him up. He tried to put down.
Good shot.
There's once. I might just take the chance.
Oh my goodness, bro. Got a fucking oh my god, bro. Come on, man.
So the guy trying to gas him.
Niggas just been hanging me out to dry. Like, come on, bro.
One guy was very focused. Kept trying to get me. Yo, I'm pleading for my life, yo.
Let me ball, man. Let's ball.
So you can't with those no watch the screw figure
Look, that's you. Shoot that. You gotta shoot that, nigga.
no, you know the story, and I'm not see it yet. You see those 150 guys. Jill Smith and Blood back. Those guys with me. He said, shit, fuck. He's not listening. One James King, everybody thinks Roy Jones is not. One James King is not. The point is, what he said, you got to be ready for it. He was talking about, oh, here he comes, he comes. Roy Jones is going, yeah, they took this shit. I see him. I need to try. It's like 100 men against the 1 second is good stuff for him. It's a different punching boots.
Bad pass. My bad. Why would you come back?
Man, Joe trying to say no such thing as yes and you ain't being.
I don't think there's a thing as just in your age. I think there's a Crocs on. Shut your bitch ass up.
Just wage appropriate.
in sport mode, you bitch ass nigga. Probably got them bitches on just like that, just like right now, nigga. And they dirty, nigga. Shut your ugly ass up. And dirty yellow clock wearing ass, nigga. Yeah, shut up, bitch.
Your personality will make you feel good, will make you feel confident, will make you feel strong. And I feel like
Why the fuck you talking, nigga? That dry ass bro, nigga.
and it's kind of connected to the homes and things like that. But I feel that it's different than what I've seen outside the street corners from hustlers and bits and pieces from
He
television.
missed.
I started so many different, different things. You know what I mean?
He made it. Come on.
There's a lot out there and
Yeah, them niggas.
you get caught up in
Yeah, he missed.
having stuff to do with name brand. It's all about you. You put that shit on. It's because
That
of
nigga
everything.
complete dog shit.
That's what I'm trying to tell people. Things like that.
Bruh, they don't want to let me live. Let me see.
This podcast, I don't know if people take it like we
You got the right email in there.
we throw that shit on them. Okay. When can I get you to rewind the time? Will you ever rewind the time?
Not that type of person.
You just won't.
No, I'm just not that type of person. I mean, I put a lot of work in to be here this long to see these grades. God bless my Uncle Clem. He used to have a face full of grades and a beard. He's pretty much the reason why I grew my beard. I was coming up, the beard was always fly. And I watched his beard go from black to gray and then silver. And he always kept that big line feather. He was dope. I'm like, man, he respected his age, he respected the work he put in. He was like, I don't know, he was with me dying, not doing that.
Not doing a sex in the middle of my love.
Nah, you listen to me. You look good. I don't knock nobody for what everybody got their own thing to
Do
do.
what they got to do.
100%. Everybody got to do what they got to do.
Everybody
It's a beautiful business endeavor you got going on. You know what I mean? Like I cannot knock that.
Everybody just works. Everybody, yeah, but you see, somebody like this is a perfect transformation. I should have called him on Father's Day and told him, yo, can I please come with the barber? Rewind the This guy won't rewind the time. And I'm convinced to rewind the time.
To the whole school number y'all take it, dude. That's my type of vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I don't put too much in it.
Family.
I have time to have a sleep.
You're a hero to your family. You provide passion. I know you got a big family, sisters, moms, and I don't want to speak out of place, but I feel like you like me, you take care of everybody.
Yeah, I take care of everybody in my family. Everybody. Take care of the bills, everything. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Oh, you do everything. You just got moms in the house, it's a new spot.
I'll be watching it. He got his baby girl.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this guy. His sisters, everybody on.
I can tell.
Okay, but we not interviewing you. It's I want to take care of me. I just feel that with Section 8. This is a message that applies to 99% of you listening right now. That's how many is to be covered by Passenger Live and Service on Boots Mobile Network. 99% nationwide coverage. If you don't think you can just listen up. You got another thing coming in. Right now, you switch to Boost Mobile. You can get iPhone 15 with dynamic island, 48 megapixel main camera for $99.99. That's $99.99 for iPhone 15 on a nationwide 5G network. This may only apply to 99% of you, but I'm 100% positive. Boost Mobile just gave you a freaking deal of your lifetime. In-store offer, $35 device setup fee may apply. Wise credit qualification, ID verification, activation, and $60 plan. taxes extra, 5G speeds not available in all areas. I recently saw a clip on Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got yo, he looked to you, he learned how to wear the BB signing belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that because of my era? You know what I'm saying? Like the guy. In my era too. I mean, well, let me not answer that young kid. He was young, and we loved him. He loved it. But let's break this down. I admire Nas. Remember, Nas' first record, The Ball You, came out when I was in 11th grade. So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, it came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I never take that away from them. But then, as I got in the game, you got to realize that the rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger, things like that. It's a whole different generation. We talk about 94, 93. I was in 11th grade. It's 2025. There's a big gap there, you know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when Shorty's telling people that, yeah, 20-some years up, that goes to show the reason that I came into life and started going crazy. But these kids love you. They don't really know who Nas is. If he's 22, he's going 03. Some of them know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yes, what's that? No, some kids that love hip hop. Like kids, yeah, he's a good son. I don't even know if he on that Bodak Yellow though. He's a good son. No, but you know what? My sons can't tell one Nas record. You know, like let's keep it up here. Let's keep it a buck. You know, let's keep it a buck because they'll bring it up. There must be some type of concession or what's that word? When it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. These rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they don't get a hell of a character. Me and Jim Jones go with this platinum record, go out this platinum. No, me and Jim Jones. No, nobody else. Me and Jim Jones. Check my track record and check everybody else's track record. And go to the billboard and check all my entries, check all of them niggas' entries and shit like that. I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. But I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that.
Wait till I get
show you the statistics.
DSLR.
Done.
Then we can do IRL because I can carry that joint around.
To the billboard entries.
You know the camera.
Billboard entry. Pull up my billboard entry.
DSLR.
We can't listen to what I'm trying to do. No, I want to go there. No, I want to go there and learn now because I don't go there and learn. No, he's a rapper and I'm a rapper. Listen, no, let's go statistically. It feels great. No, but I want to go statistically. I'm like, that's what where people be like, I feel the same way. Listen, forget about the numbers. My numbers back up. Let me step up to the forefront. Us in the music of hip hop culture have a problem with it. And it's nothing. The world goes it. No other genre. Fucking, I don't even know. Yeah, but you gotta understand, hip hop is like that. You're gonna say that hip hop is like that. John what this is about. Any of that shit is this is what this is about. It's not it's never is me against anybody that takes me any time. Watching Nas, we always say that The only situation I'm saying now to you, right? It is no surprise. Tell people that still worship you. Wait, stop doing this. I'm not. No, I didn't know. Oh, you're beautiful guy. I'm gonna say,
Is that a scope?
Listen, I love this interview. Bro, it's very beautiful. What a tough time. When I see you, I get ready to so when you just saying, yo, you're a family man, it's even in the tough times. You know, you took care of your family. They never knew you was going through tough times. I want you that interview. I feel like that's one of those classic interviews that stands out to me in hip hop music. Do you feel like after that interview now, do you feel like that's what you was talking about? I'm gonna fight my way back to the top. It did like yeah, I'm back in the world. I love that interview. You talk about the sports, let's talk about but that's our interview and the passion you were behind that. I still got the same passion as you can see. I wear my heart on my sleeve, like crying about this shit like that. I'm very emotional. So when people talk about me, I gotta stand up for me because nobody else will stand up for me, as you see. Yeah, I fight with my battles. Very smart. Just like you know, the media it's just a little different way. See you on the site. I get excited for the back. Talk about me. City became with a whole different flavor and different feelings at the time. It's from what we heard with Big Daddy Kane, to a whole nother way of hustlers was talking and rhyming and things like that. And everybody understood that. Like, you could never take away anything that was done when you did. Yeah. And it's a whole bunch the most part, I really like you said, from growing up artists. Even to this day, who's most name somebody. For whatever year, whatever. Raquel, Paris one, I'm going down. Tomorrow, just you like you want to hold you think about it. Yeah, you got to eat for time and things like that. It's a lot like it's a funny. I'm gonna talk. The games. To see to see all of that, you know, like I'm gonna see like bro. I don't know that's the legal these days. Some of the things you doing like
Fuck out of here, bro. Where's the dunk at?
Hey, yo, check it. I'm kind of excited to go to a major facility in the downtown. In the technical content space, and open the doors to incredible content creators. That's the officer of the for about 7 different for me. Like that, I see one of the so, you know, I'm really TV shows.
1713.
Set up the world, studios. That's one of the things that I'm excited about working on. You know, I really doing pretty good. Thank you for everybody that can support. Church steps and it's also a
16 and 17.
and the movie about to drop, the movie will be out in the movie. I wanted to be in the movie. I just ain't about to tell you. I got a lot of mission. I got 2 days.
13, 16.
I believe in your creativity. I believe in your drive. And when I see you shooting the middle, I tell you, you're Jerry, you're not bothering to explain. You know what I'm saying? This movie talks about this movie. I love when you do that. Everything you say right now, you took matters into your own hands. I always get upset when I look at my career because you know, I'm struggling with DJ Khaled, Billy J. I can tell you who I discovered. The one person I fumbled the best with was Tony Sunshine. He was incredible ahead of his time, and I can't wait until the record. And now he knows of being a and if this was years back, I would have been able to blow him up because we know what we're doing. So I love when you say you create waves in the studio space. I love that you taking matters into your own hands.
Go, nigga.
That's a commendable thing right there, bro. Looking at these youngsters making it.
Get it, nigga.
They just came in and asked them, make it to me, but they try to get something on me.
So that's how I think it's supposed to go. It's not trying to get that. I need some more another time, so you gotta be careful. I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel the same way. Talking to him.
Could have changed my mind, I was
He
halfway
could
there.
have converted.
100 meters.
That's real. How
I just put 9 gal in a sprint.
I could say I honestly know
100.
both
They
you
won't
all.
fit in one SUV. So that's somebody rescued me. I got 2 million, 2 million, and I got they can last me the next 2 weeks.
It's straight crazy.
Alright, let's send the address through. Fire for a wife, can't rock with that. I ain't wearing a vest.
And then seeing all this make so much money and just not. I go watch you on MTV.
Hit a lick when cash converters don't work. With more and talking less. I love chilling with bro. Man, book one flight and then all impressed. In the G63, the car looking like a threat from twisting times. Man,
That shit still ain't working.
don't know which one's worse. Backs in his
Oh, he
and hers was
downloaded.
hers, it's hers, what's mine is
To
2.
know
That
that you
girl's
live your life like
can't
this
be
for
true,
so
she
long.
dated you.
You know what I mean? Like,
Baby blue,
would you
pink is
trade
pink. I probably hate you too. Whoever
would
spends
you do it
figures
all
instead,
over
I
again?
feel like
Would you
look what
pay
you made
something?
me.
Do it all over again?
Started with a queue, then I waited night. I'm asking my blazing. I'm so focused on your Asians. I know that the Jack always play the naked to the clubs and daisies.
That countless situation. They put money on this downtown. So like that, but it was also crazy. Like, get older, but yeah, I would have been a little more. Listen. pay a little more attention to the things outside of that young age.
There you go.
Versus the down,
What?
the wrong shit. Look, other than
You
that,
bitch ass niggas. See you tomorrow.
about you.
You know how that nigga do. Shit, you yarded too. You waiting for that nigga to go upstairs.
When I hear it's not enough,
You a bitch. I've been up all day
it
too,
got
nigga.
guts, but it's not
I've
enough.
been up since before you.
It's not enough. Like I really, that shit is cemented in my brain, right? And when you ask me, I'll say to yourself, it's not enough.
That's crazy.
You talk about finances, it's not enough.
Man, they stuff your bunghole like that.
Everything is not enough. I'm fulfilled. My cup is that full.
Don't you?
I don't feel cool, and I'm gonna be
This is
upset about
fucking
this.
cool.
That I came in the same game with guys, and they got to the billion,
Very
and I didn't get
fucking
to the
cool.
billion. And just like you saying, I fucked up. I was in the club 7 days a week. 30 dudes buying 50 bottles every day, 50 steaks, Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, all I wasted up. So when you ask me, sure I'm grateful. Sure I'm thankful to God that I'm in the position that we are. And we, people might look at it as like, yo, he's successful. It's not enough. So I know you can relate to this because you saying the same shit I'm saying in a different way. It's not enough. But I want, and I'm not lying, guys. So maybe y'all can understand me a little bit more. Because you get a little mad at me because they think I brag and I think a big shit. That's who I am. Right?
This
And
nigga.
so I want to be the fat guy painted in the picture 100 years from now and great grandchildren to be like, we're here because of Fat Joseph Carter Jr. 100 years ago, this man made $1 billion and left it to us in the trust, and we're still eating off the stock. I swear to God, that's what I want. And if everybody could do it, they do it. So it ain't attainable. I just realized I could have did it, but I was bullshitting a lot. So now when you see me, I'm on my business ventures on another level. Just all my shit is like, and life is life. You know, I'm projected to win. I'm telling you, I'm projected to win. Everything I'm telling you, I'm projected to go there. Like I'm on that. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, when a football player hang on to the back of the jersey, I'm on the back of the jersey. I got so many arrows pointed the right way, but it gotta have. I want to know what it feels like when that level of success happens, when you can turn around and be like, that's it.
I guess we all have a different painting of success. I feel like my mistake was I depended on people to do things that I knew how to do on my own. That's from accounting to engineering to marketing to doing videos. I learned that 20 years later. Like, yo, bro, all that shit you got people doing shit and they fail for you and shit like that, they don't and then you're cool. But being up is one thing. Making $1 billion is another thing. We all would love to make $1 billion. From my perspective, money doesn't move me like people do. You know what I mean? So maybe I might not leave money here for generations to come, but I will leave a blueprint of what it would take for you to get to it. I do know that my whole family and my bloodline will know this nigga was a dog. And if you follow what you did, God bless you, because you're gonna go somewhere that you didn't know you could go. You know, and I think for me, that's worth more than any money that I could leave. And God bless me. I hope I leave all the money in the world. But I think that blueprint will be strong enough for my son to take with him and bring.
In your face with the shoe,
We got that.
nigga. What you gonna
We
do when I
got my
punch you
son
with
is
no
right
hoop
outside.
ring,
We
nigga?
got that where it's safe for me to say we grew up with not much, and then we want to make things better for our kids.
This bitch nigga. You
And
don't wanna die.
historically, when you look
This
at
bitch nigga. I'm gonna give him crap.
people who come
Smell
from
like lie.
nothing, because we protected our kids so much, they're not hustlers like us.
or would want him to be hustling? Do you find that in hip hop? Do you find that, or that's how I look at it. Is with everybody, I mean billionaires, I mean people who make money.
Right, but if you have a son, your son vicariously gonna go into who you are. Right? So if your son knows you to be a hustler, guess what's gonna happen to your son when his back is against the wall and daddy ain't around no more. Everything he's seen daddy doing, daddy teaching, he's gonna start to instill. He's not gonna sit there and be like a kid. Like that. I watch my son closely and his manner, how he moves and things like that. And the rebel in him that he shows me and shit like that only shows that he's trying to show me, so I'm about to put on my shit. I mean, like some of the things that he do, like these kids ain't no chumps just because we raised them right, just because we covered them up, just because we wanted to have a better life for them doesn't mean that they don't have the hustling. They just have better chances and better odds of doing something way different than we ever had.
I love that answer. I ain't gonna give you
Fuck.
that answer because
Where the fuck this nigga come from?
kids want them to step up to the occasion. And I just, it's like everything. It ain't easy. Every kid is different. Takes a village.
They don't give us no instructions.
You better on your page.
That's what I'm trying to give back. If you don't know what's been going this whole interview, is I've been going
He thought it was watermelon. Dinosaurs. Those are dinosaurs with the necklace of that.
I see you working for your family. I see you working for your team. You still trying to get to where you got.
What about that black?
I say I can't do. You know, I still get into the bag. I still make sure everything has to be done under my roof. This can be successful. You know what I mean? Never forget that. I'm still doing all the things I need to do in the midst of the surface of the people. You know what I mean? Like,
And they see it. You know what I'm saying? When I see it, they see it.
you never told me one day you don't got a job. You get up your thing, you get up and get yourself. What's the screen? Stay in the house, and have to do something. And do something.
And I come from the father. My father was an immigrant. My father was a nasty. Oh, shut up! No, great coming! She's 13 years in the baby. She couldn't get fired. The next day, we just with money we had saved up. Time is like leaving the boy toys in 2030. To be an entrepreneur, and some of them is the only you know, this is true. That's why I make excuses. We just have to situation and get how you get they wrong for it. It's music. You see, you feel every single on that. It's like that. It's very good. For a long time, she was there. I mean, I got people showing just and then I realized the secret snatch about the ways to get money. You understand what I'm saying? So I have no businesses and do shit like that.
That's one make money. Especially when you I had to learn. Fucking making music records to make myself some money. You actually I'm saying I'm
Oh, down, nigga. Dunk the fucking ball, nigga. Where you at? In your kitchen? Can you bring my pizza off the stove? They dad. All right. And a soda.
All the old houses there. For some no disrespect.
You keep some of them like talking that shit, no teeth, still talking that shit. I'm like, yo, bro, you can't hold a suit 2025.
And you ain't carrying it right, so you should be home. Don't even mention it because what you talk about and how you looking is not reflecting of what we doing out here. You know what I mean? And not taking nothing away from you. You can tell your story and be humble about it, but if you're not looking apart to get to the bag, your story means nothing in the eyes of people that's really doing it, and you're trying to prove a point. And we're not talking down to you, but come on, you know, like
We love you, and we big you up. And we probably got to pull a car over and be like, yo,
all the hustlers.
homie, this and this and that. But then it's like, cool. If you ain't got that run no more, get yourself a job, take care of your family, you cool, don't salute the same way. Don't talk.
I know a bunch of old hustlers that used to get money that got good jobs right now. When I see them, I still praise them the same way I praised them when I was younger.
I'm the same way. So we preaching the same thing, dude.
But there's a few of them.
They out of control.
You miss me, really.
Oh no,
This young
yeah,
kid walking out with me.
control. And so you look at it and you like, yo, y'all talking. I'm like, I keep. I don't think I said good last.
You know what it is? Like, I be feeling like some type of but entitlement vicariously through the hustle of rule that they have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yo, bro, like, yo, bro. Forever old. Because we did this back then. Bro. Come on, look.
I'm sitting. Here go the fat Joe with the hoodie. Once again. No, always back in the day, right? I went to the bathroom. It's a college. He's in Spanish thing. He's out of this shit. You look at me. You know the man came.
What are you doing?
Just now.
Jasir.
The bathroom got a long memory. Right?
Jasir.
Sees me and he goes,
Jasir.
by the way, I've never been in short.
Quiet down.
Don't understand it. You gotta kill me. It just doesn't exist in my DNA. The man looks at me and said, 10 years. 10 years. Now, you think you know these people for 10 years. 10 years. I did 10. So I'm looking at the mirror, I'm taking the piss. Somebody got to pay. It's 10 years. So I'm like, no, I'm listening. It really happened. Like, I'm being honest. So I'm like, he's 10 years. So I'm thinking he thinks I got him in trouble for 10 years. So I'm trying to hear him out. 10 years I've been reading the magazine.
You know my favorite is
Straight up. He told me just like this. We talking off the hearing you talking this shit. Come home, everybody's saying, that show, this, that, this, said I had 100 guys outside that door. Even you're gonna do this way, the nice way. Somebody got to pay for my 10 years. So, me, I'm looking in the mirror. And I'm like, wait a minute. What are you trying to and I'm looking at the room like this. Now, it's one thing to disrespect that. But we have and the but listen what I'm saying. The door opens. The door to somebody taking this shit. And this my brother's his surge is like these guys they can't take me. No. He can't breathe. Crawling on this, it's in the middle. I see him. I'm like, he's like, talking to Joe. He's grabbing the wall. He can't believe. He can't. He's out of a vengeance. He cannot believe this, right? Man, we put the beast on this guy. So legend, not 100, just us. He drank this water. And I got to salute the man because I never heard of him again. I never seen him again. But
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all Puerto Rican niggas, on niggas back in the day. From the fever on that, I've been outside since 84, 93. Y'all niggas been rubbing me. Bro, God bless you, Pun, bro. I seen Pun punish so many niggas. So many. I seen Pun take his chain off in the tunnel and punish. Punish. Like, no pun intended, the pun intended. This nigga's like, yo, bro. These Pun was, yo, bro. Y'all was some wild Puerto Ricans, bro. I cannot lie, bro. Just looking at the history of this watch, yo.
listen, man, Pun had this thing called nose to the brain. Swear to God, he had this thing. I'll tell you a quick one, but I'm like the biggest liar on the internet now. They call me the Cat King, right? I used to play soft. This is a real story. I used to play soft on my block. So this dude walked by. I'm from the block. But I'm from them projects my whole life. I don't care if I'm Fat Joe the rapper. Somebody who grew up with me, they might talk funny. You'll be like, yo, they talk like, we know each other since kindergarten. You ain't shit, bullshit, picture. He's going crazy. It's a dude I grew up with, right? We're doing all that.
What?
So Pun was my number one fan. I played
Is it?
in the dugout.
What, buddy? No, I'm not playing Roblox, bro. I'm not playing Roblox, bro.
They also, the city. They got the city clock. They got the
You
gate.
going hard on Roblox? You going hard on Roblox?
Close enough, and he punched him through the gate. Bang! And knocked him out. They had to bring the ambulance through the gate. I'm talking about the hand ain't go through the gate. You know what I'm saying? He got close.
Was the gate on nigga face?
The gate and knocked him. Yeah, exactly. Through the nose to the brain. This it. Nah, it was, he had legendary strength. That Boost Mobile Cash App for that ass. The Joe and Jada show with the capo. Thanks for having our guest today. Capo status. Make some noise for my brother. Yeah. It's been rough riding. A lot of people have not seen
Who would have ever bet on dudes from the street being able to make a huge impact in music history? Who would have bet on that? Nobody.
Rough Riders is on fire, insane. Set trends, trailblazers, turn shit up. Touch the nerve. The streets were starving one of them. It's not gonna be fair. What's it going to be one of the most influential rap albums of the year came out today by DMX?
Who makes 2 albums in a year? Yeah, nobody do that. Everybody was that. We are the best.
No sleep, it's women. Just because we got a little bit of money now, we still dealing with guys from the street. Several people with stabs. I'm reported as critical.
Fame is a lot. I went through a depression and it all just kind of fell on me. I watched my best friend gain the wins and lose his soul.
So somebody can so that it started.
Oh my god.
Together. You know what I'm saying? I should have had some part of it. Something wrong with depression. He was not breathing.
It's been a rough 24 hours for the platinum selling rapper.
You just keep rolling at this new artist. But with any family, there's also dysfunction. We should be.
The bus came from out of nowhere and then I started to drive on it. This guy is always in the way. This guy is always in the way.
Before I became Rough Riders, I was in the streets. The streets was our education, our poverty. But this wasn't no overnight step.
Bro, you gotta calm down, bro. Yeah? Calm down, bro. I don't care if you play the game, but calm down, bro.
God gave an opportunity to be built a movement, built a way of life. Everything go up must come down. You're not gonna stay up at the top forever. I'll set that with really a setup for something greater. But to understand Rough Riders story, you need to know my journey. Started South off is rough. Real rough. There was a shooting in the Bronx today, an execution really. Every day you go, the same thing. People get drugs, disease, violence, you name it, we could find it for fire here. Our Bronx in the 70s was a war zone. You know, lawlessness, poverty, burnt out there, broken glass everywhere.
Oh my God. Many parts of the South Bronx look like a city under siege with entire blocks wiped out.
The one bright factor about all of that was the sense of community and family. The family unit was all you know, so for the Deans, family was everything.
I wasn't thinking about motherhood at 15, but fortunately it happened and I have my 6 children.
We always emphasize that ethics and principles was always the main thing that we wanted to have.
Meanwhile, myself, we're the youngest, and Brian D were very, very close. If you saw Darren, you saw Joaquin. It's almost like they were inseparable.
Sandals. I got sandals. I got sandals.
What was it? Not discipline is kind of like discipline, preparing you for things that's going to come in life. When you think about structure in a lawless environment, that's what the Nation of Islam transformed a lot of men into disciples of discipline.
Jasir, I'm not gonna tell you again, bro. You hear me? I'm not gonna tell you to be quiet again, bro.
My brothers always were stupid.
You hear me?
We're stuck pretty good because I never smoked and I never drank in my life ever. Life programs are worth millions. Businesses include supermarkets, fish markets, and a few hundred other businesses. You know, my father was
I don't find this on a motorcycle.
It's like number one. 125th Street. I said, if there, I get some money, I want to get something to eat. He said, why you asking that? I said, because you're my father. Go in the freezer, get the shrimp, get the fish, go sell it. I go out there and I sell it, shrimp and fish, and before you know it, I got $300. He said, now that, but that work ethic is still always hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work pays off. Lazy man works twice. If you want it, you better go get it.
Their style of music is rapping, that is slightly over a highly rhythmic musical background. All of them raised in the South Bronx in what they call the jungle.
Hip hop. I grew up a block away from South Canton. Said you got cool hook. That's where he lived at. Definitely is the pioneer of hip hop. It started the whole thing. But I know Deep room was right directly over Cool Herc.
He had speakers almost big in his room. Last he got out to bed.
Went to a party. Everybody be there. Me and B was 6, 7 years old. We used to take the crates out from the Cool Herc's house into his van to go in the steps in the park right down the block. We Cool Herc with DJ. We would go over there and break dance. So we was getting used all the time. When you're young, you don't even realize if you're rich or you're poor yet. You know, we was just having fun at a young age. When my parents got divorced, it threw everybody in a loop because we were so used to having that unity. We were taught structure and discipline. My mother, she didn't totally accept Islam 100% wholeheartedly. At that time, my father was fully Muslim. He didn't take no mess, so they clashed.
And Albert storefront corners by all his merchandise, and he had no show. So that also led to the breakup.
You know, like changes that man. Like
Jasir.
my father did what he can to
Bro,
support.
don't look at me like that, bro.
We have
Don't
to
look at me like that.
either.
That I have
Calm down, man.
show them. But there are going to be days when you're going to lose. There are going to be days when you're not. And they knew those days very well.
He used to eat rice, sugar, other than rice, mayonnaise sandwich. A lot of people know about that.
Unfortunately, I lost my job. Therefore, I lost my apartment. And that's when it all started. At some point, my mother wasn't able to take care of 6 children independently, so we had to separate. The 3 oldest days, Siobhan, Darren, and Joaquin, Philadelphia with my mother. They broke up when my mother died. At that point, I stayed in New Jersey, and Darren and Joaquin went with my father. Then
Young. Up in Marburg. Manhattan. And when you go to each one of these areas, you meet new kids. We just happen to meet a lot of kids, but a lot of bad kids. We was Muslims, but as we got older, we lived in the Muslim household, so we run the runs and stuff like that. We gonna eventually take that course. She's like, oh, no, listen, I'm gonna show you how to get this money. All right, how to get this money. Down here, Rob, take time. Oops. I was just turning about 16. We had just robbery. I think it was like a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And then we robbed it, got the money. I guess somebody was in there that spotted me, but they wound up coming and get it. And then I get locked up about 13, 14, whatever, for a robbery. Then they set me to starving. You have to grow up overnight because the kid thing goes right out the door. Your mother's not there, your brothers is not there, nobody's there. Now you get to know who you really are. I wrote a letter, told them all the things you should be looking out for, because I was already in jail. Like, yo, don't cry, don't let them take your sneakers.
It's a sign of weakness. I said, give me your sneakers and you give them to me, then you're gonna be giving me everything the whole time you're in there. You might as well just fight for me and get it over with.
I learned I wasn't gonna fall for anything. I wasn't gonna just be somebody else's puppet. I did my 3, 4 years, and then I got out. It was 1986. I was 17. Yeah, went to Marlboro, New York, and started all over again.
Me and Mount Vernon, money making Mount Vernon. I went to high school here, got kicked out as usual. Chill, 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 back to the streets. In jail, you don't have no income or no money or nothing. You go back to the street, you just put right back in the same. So you get the same results. It's going nationwide. So pure and so strong, it might just as well be called crack of doom. Crack, the most addictive now. Everybody was on it, so I was just trying to sell. If you wanted to make money, it's a product.
That you would probably have a day shift, I have a night shift. It was just like a grocery store.
$5,000 a day, and then go back out and do it again tomorrow.
I always worry about watch through high school so I can get and get the minute to come off the street.
You still in the bathroom?
Niggas under his feet, got caught in the crossfire. Suspected drug dealers. Promoted from the bathroom.
You get into situations that anything that you gotta pay attention. The shooting, the killings, there's all type of things. You take a risk coming out the door.
You had to listen to a couple of guys how someone launched it. Regular.
What?
A couple of days go by. I'm
What?
chilling in the pool. One guy said, what was you doing?
Leave it alone.
Stop doing
Leave that alone.
What
are you doing?
You
You want what?
I leave, when I get up,
You want watermelon? No, it ain't no watermelon. No, ain't nobody cutting it. Yeah, so tomorrow.
Robbery. This guy say nothing, so he clicks.
Yeah.
He trying to kill me. Starts zigzagging. His gun goes off. Yeah. Can't believe I just got shot.
Boy, shut up.
I went back into the pool. I said, yo, I just got shot. And so the guy said, man, stop playing. They thought I was joking. I laid on the floor. I said, yo, call a cab. And I went to the hospital.
They
Go upstairs.
and said, "Do you have a son walking here?" I said, "Yeah." He's been in emergency. He's okay, but he got shot.
I go to sleep and wake up. You know, they say everything, nothing they could do with the bullet. So I got a bullet launched in my heart.
The doctor said it would be more dangerous to operate than not. And they did the right thing. Don't touch it. Don't bother you. Don't bother it.
So it was a wake-up call. After that, I was still in the street hustling, but I started looking for new endeavors. We playing tic-tac-toe with this situation. We put our life on the line. And that's when I seen that Heavy D and Puffy and Steel Smooth come out of my neighborhood in Mount Vernon. And they was kids from around the way that actually got successful doing something legitimate.
Money earning Mount Vernon. What's up out there, America? It's time for yo, MTV Rap. My man is super large and the whole team's lover. Yeah, my man's name is Heavy D. What's up, Heavy?
We seen them come from riding skateboards, bicycles, to riding Bentleys and Bentleys and on TV. I'm out here throwing bricks at the penitentiary. What we doing wrong? Heavy D was one of the coolest dudes in the world. No respect. He didn't get his purse on the record.
Although I make drink a Coke, hell no, I don't smoke a Coke.
He knew how to make songs that will stand the test of time.
You know, we keep our head in the street, you know, most of our crew was still, still in the ghettos and all that.
Crazy thing is, Heavy D brother was, hanging out with us. We was running the streets. One day in Marbury, New York, on 3rd and 3rd, Heavy D pulled up in a Benz. He had, a little entourage with him. And I asked him, y'all in the music industry, y'all doing real big things with Uptown Records. How do we get in the game? We want to get out of these streets. He said, listen, if you find an artist that you believe in, bring them to me, I might do a deal with you because I'm looking for artists anyway. At that time, I was standing there with Tiny.
And so I said, I got that artist. I know him. He said, he has to be that artist. He has to be old artist, a hit making artist. I said, I got him. They all looked at me like I was crazy.
Got a cassette, Darkman X mixtape. My first reaction was, where's he at right now? I need to see him now. This can get us out of the streets.
We went around asking people. Other people told me where he was. I know it. All right, cool. We went over there on those. Hold on, over here. That's what it was. You need to get on and get stop. I'm gonna hurt you. You put up stop. I'm gonna take a step back.
Yeah, maybe take 3.
Wow, from up 24. I didn't know. You know DMX? I don't know why.
But, I did a lot of dirt.
He's taken aback a little bit because he never seen Wild before. But nah, that's my man. All right, you got comfortable there, not made the introduction.
So it's like, I got my man Wild. He want to get in this music business. He wants you to work with him.
Tell me, I'm gonna be back 11 in the morning. And they tell me that shit the longest. Yeah, you listen to it, whatever.
I said, well, we different people over here, you know what I'm saying? So we just keep our word.
I didn't dismiss him. I didn't put too much into it. He showed him a window and we could knock on where I stayed at. The next day at 11 o'clock, this was like this. I don't know when. And this the voice loud as a mother. I'm like, what?
He was like, oh, nobody kept the word like this. That's it. That's what we do.
We out, we rollers, we bob. It was done.
At that time, he was popular in the street. Siobhan, his real family in Atlanta. So it was just me and DMX. But DMX was really a hard artist to deal with. He had robberies, he had situations, people, come looking for him.
X was a legend for the 2 R's, rapping and robbery. And he was good at both.
That was my reputation, rapping and robbing. The double R was already there before he even came up with it. It was already there. Sometimes I rob people with my dog. It was about 40 pounds. No good boy. I have to on my back. That was how we both had warrant for it. You had the dog. Who wants to get bit? I really get shot. They would walk in the projects and just have people up against the wall. Take that off, run in people's pockets, all types of crazy. That's wow. With the dog. The gun is only powerful as the person behind it. But I'm taking guns out of people's hands. The dog is like a bullet that'll chase you. Gonna get you.
He was always in a lot of trouble. He had a lot of ups and downs, got in a lot of fights, a lot of situations. But that's just who you want him to be. If you want to be bad, you can get the bad act. You want to be cool, you can get the cool act. That's why we ask, are you DMX or you Earl Simmons? Who are you?
Earl is a child. Means well, he wants to be people. I would describe Earl's childhood as very representative of what it meant to be black and male in a really disadvantaged, poor situation in New York City. Look right there, man. Hey, School Street, man. School Street projects was it was hard. I mean, I sold drugs, it was hard. The elevator smelled like urine. Steps smelled like urine. A fight would break out. I swear, though. You had your tough guys downstairs selling drugs. You had your stick-up guys come through every now and then. Literally, School Street was the home of the brave. Had to be brave and later. People getting robbed, bodies. They robbed the mailman every first of the month. Mike the mailman. And you be right back to work. Earl's childhood was really tough. His mom was a teenage mom, and she didn't know how best to discipline him.
Vmix's mother took out a lot of frustration on him due to the fact that my brother had left the relationship. So at any range, I don't think I was confident. Couldn't be too confident. You know, in my situation, confidence will get you a beat. Expressing will get your ass whooped. I started to notice DMX coming over to my house with marks on his face, stuff like that. My mother noticed it too. At the end of something wrong. I see my own girl so I think we come out to like use the bathroom. See the kids playing in the back. But I did like all my schoolwork. Didn't fall over again. Did every single book in my room. Had a zipper. The room in front of the zipper. There was a fire right there, Jimmy. My imagination, I just see it expanding. There's always a gift in every bad situation. Strong enough to be willing to look for it.
He asked me one day, I have a mother. He said, yeah, he said, love your mother. My mother didn't love me. You know, my grandmother, though, is my mother.
She loved me. So I like it. So I had the potential. Vmix's grandmother's my mother. Her name was Mary Holloway. Vmix was hungry often, so he came over to the house at party time, but he didn't get a chance to eat as much while he was bothering his mother. I mean, that's pretty much why he acted out a lot. As a child, you don't get no attention from your mother, and your father's not around. Of course, you're gonna act out in some way. I was a smart kid. I remember I was stupid. In the fights in class. Actually, like challenge the teacher sometimes. Yeah, make it. I was angry about being told what to do.
When Earl's mom couldn't take it anymore, she just started sending him away to these group homes for juveniles, where kind of half educational institutions and half penal institution. And
What's up, bro?
one of the schools that Earl's mom sent him to was for Children's Village.
Practice it.
So the procedure, you go there for an interview, and you take you off. Then, you fair come back.
He was under the impression that he was just looking around. He wasn't going to stay.
Mother comes back.
Stop, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
I'll see you 2 months.
Come on, man. Like, you acting like you ain't got no sense.
And she left.
My mind, like, you can't leave me. Again, like, you gonna have it's not right there. I'm gonna put away. See, very whatever bothers you. I think I know something to be born right there. Decide that I'm able to protect myself. Don't worry about it. I got you now.
This is Chloe's cottage. This is where Earl lived for 2 years. Music was the lifesaver for Earl. He just was so passionate. That would help him to express himself.
I'm good. That's how I was new. You just had to do something to be vibes, break dance, make boogie, or you did graffiti, or you DJ. You had to do something. That's what everybody doing.
Earl would always want to go home after he left these juvenile institutions, but there really was no home for him to go back to. His mom had, more kids by the time he was getting older and becoming a young teenager, but she was able to welcome him back.
He would stay wherever he could find a spot, he would do it. Somebody died, over the house. Nice where DMX would just hang out on the streets, beatboxing, traveling, people around Yonkers. I partnered up with this guy named Millie Ron. You know, he used to rap. I would just do beatbox.
Was one of the coolest MCs and managers at the time.
He was the first real role model I had in my life. He was the first one to see him with blood. He was going up, lit it. Hit it. Fill him with the smoke. I was like, what? It was, think like they were calling Wooly, which was lacing a cigarette with crack.
What kind of drug is that?
Why would you do that? I was 14 years old. I looked up. First person I was male that I ever wanted to be like. Mike, why would you do that? But he's also the person that suggested that I should.
Right here is the fast. Vmix up. Cooking like chicken. Please don't make it cook. I'm over. Cooking up the tea. Just for your seats. Do that.
I did a lot of, walking through the office, looking to keep it around. So I came across a rap battle. So, hey, what's it do?
I didn't want to do the thing. Oh, you hold it up? So you're a great kid.
There were two in the back.
All the project, all of
Yeah.
the eyebrows.
With these?
Anybody that won the battle, he's just here.
Never mind.
Each finish, like a chess player or tennis player who wanted to win at all points. Whoever said he wasn't, he set up the battle. They lost. No one. No one. Usually the person that's battle against, afterwards, makes me feel bad.
And that's when you start, oh, this is going places now. Because this tape was circling all around yonder.
See, that's how I met DMX on local field.
Morning, open the park. Look at the beginning. This is where me and my man found him at. You understand?
X was already in the game. He was at it. The only problem was X was under production agreement with Jack and Nasty.
Jack and Nasty was a local guy that started managing local acts throughout Westchester, Michelle, White Plains, Yonkers, and Alabama. When I first started with Jack, like, yo, get a flat top. Wear polka dots. Literally just get.
I couldn't really do my business with these contracts a lot. So I had to get with Rockwilder. That was like his start. We had to get in the house with him before he get to the backyard to open up the big Rockwilder house. Talking about, well, this deal got to get taken care of, or somebody's gonna have a problem. It's not gonna be.
God damn.
We had to squeeze him. Being in somebody living in without permission. It's just you and the dog. But then he knew that he had him under contract and X wanted out. And so that was cool. He didn't break no bones or anything. He didn't have to own like he was still with us. Started. When I got with X, it was just me and X. He actually didn't want to get involved. He didn't really want to do it.
I was probably outside.
So
I wasn't thinking about it.
my sister Siobhan was down in Atlanta working with Uncle Rick. He had a lot of music clubs, so she was getting him. That's why I went to go get her to help me out.
My uncle was in the music industry and promoted all kinds of shows with Ashford and Simpson, Sailor Bell. So one day my uncle told me, I'm going to teach you how to make money without having to sell your, basically, When Walk came to Atlanta, I saw a young man asking for help to get off the street. So that's how I did it. That's when the role started becoming more defined. I'm an office person focused on doing contracts and communicating on a business level. And Joaquin is the go-getter.
I just stopped focusing on DMX and putting a lot of work on the ground. I take them everywhere to battle, perform. He was learning things and he was earning it. That's how we was raised. We were raised to work.
We just went, oh, this is what we're supposed to do? Oh, and that's so fire. Oh, make some mixtapes.
Tapes pop. I mean, like I was disrespectful. I was down some tapes and making disrespectful songs and just asking what was going on and all that.
So then at that point, I started thinking about names. We came up with special effects, and you know, it wasn't popping. I was living in Yonkers at the time, and we were watching Cosby.
I'm mesmerized about this movie. I'm just sitting there stuck.
They were trying to catch a train. So the train's going, and they're riding hard. And each one jumps off their horse to get on there. So I said, yeah, that's rough. Then I thought about it. They're rough, too. I said, rough.
Yeah, I said Rough Rider. She said Ride or Die. I said that's it.
Getting radio play in those days is the first step to becoming a star and getting a record deal and getting paid. They both understood real quick that they needed to get that single.
My father and Puffy's father were very close friends.
My pops hooked me up with me from my pop. He was working with Uptown, doing it real big over there.
Worked with Heavy, Mary, Jodeci. Seen your face in a couple of videos too. Yeah.
So I went to see Puff. Puff told me, listen, I'm real busy. I can't really do much anything right now. But he hooked me up with Chad Elliott, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss was producing the Jodeci album at that time.
Right. I get a call one day from Puff. He says, you know, yo, Chad, I have these guys that I know who have an artist, they need some music, and one, I decided to meet under the George Washington Bridge. At that time, there was no office. You know, the meetings were happening under the bridge, in the cars, you know, and I could see that Wow was the purpose. You know, he was a lot of intensity. He told me about this guy, DMX. You know, from there, we decided that I'd make a couple of tracks.
I brought DMX to his house to work on the first single.
That was the first song I made. That was the first. That was the one that collectively they were like, okay, this should be the single.
When we got in the studio and he went in there and laid that verse down, the passion, I mean, it just radiated. I mean, his energy, you know, his pain. Because I changed the beat.
Born Loser was a great single because the lyrics of Born Loser represent exactly what X wanted to say.
It reflects what's going on in my life, what's going on around me, just things that I just want to say.
Like, he is a loser, you know. I used to have a family, now I'm out on my own. Try to scrap with a kid because he tried to take my bones. But in between those stories he's telling, he's saying, young man went out and made a name for himself.
We took that song and pushed it out there and got the Rough House Columbia deal. We had the single deal. If that went well, we launched an album.
15th, man. What? February. Put it out. We thought that was the end all be all. We thought that was going to really take off. But unfortunately, it was opposite. It didn't become what we thought it would do.
Born Loser didn't do well. As a matter of fact, I think I'm the only one I heard play it. To this day, I've never heard anybody play Born Loser.
We were taking him around different places, but DMX was released, so labels were apprehensive about putting out his music or being associated with him.
A large part of me not getting signed was word of
You about to go to sleep, man. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
My thing is, I'm the best. Crack cocaine wasn't
Bruh, yo.
it wasn't hidden. Like
You
everybody
really bugging out on me, bro.
put it on that wrong path.
After exit release from record, the appearance of feeling down, hurt, sad, or worried about anything.
I believed in myself. I believed in myself. I know what else people are. It just feels like phases. Like during this phase, you're gonna have to overcome something incredible.
We come from grind, so we understand what it is to not have and to build something from nothing to something. So even though Born Loser wasn't a hit record, we got to advance from 50 to 75,000 dollars. And that deal set us up to start our recording studio. Father came up with an office in his building.
The dogs in the whole work thing. Neighbors were complaining.
I was a rapper and a producer. Well, I was like, yo, I need somebody like you at the studio we're building. I want you to run it. I want you to be the foundation.
I was a young producer at Harlem. Well, I came to the block and actually was playing us Born Loser. I didn't like it. My tracks was coming from Harlem, so it was like real aggressive and gritty. It's like I need that dirty music. These dirty artists.
I had like 5, 6 different producers. I had TK, Dane Grease, Chad Elliott, and we had them working 8-hour shifts. So we brought the 24-hour street hustle into the music industry.
I had to step away and hit the road with Jodeci. And while I wasn't too happy about that, it was at that point where I introduced him to Earth.
Chad's like, listen, this guy Earth, he got a lot of spunk. He wanted, he wanted to get
in New York, DJ, and Chad Elliott, who's my roommate, and he was like, yo, you should meet this guy DMX. He's with you guys, Rough Riders. And Chad kicked it, and I was like, yo, dude. And I was like, I'm starting. And I was like, I need a drum machine.
So that's how I started with Earth. I got him his first drum machine, and he did DMX next single, Make a Move.
That one was hot. I thought that would go. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would go.
At that time, we was doing everything independent, so we had to go door to door, to go to the DJs, go to all the different radio stations, stations to get it out.
We brought it to Wendy Williams. She took the records out of her car. She drove a little. She tossed it on some.
Wendy Williams, man. Slap my on the floor.